March 16, 2023. March 16, 2023. People are gonna eat what they want to eat. People are gonna drink what they want to drink. I'll occasionally have, some wine. Rare, very rare that I'll have a beer. I'm not perfect. I'll eat the Beyond Meat occasionally. But I feel best and I'm at my best when I'm eating fruits and vegetables. Mostly fruits and vegetables. But let's start with water. I would have to be dying of thirst before I put a glass of any kind of tap water to my mouth. I would have to be dying of thirst. Like literally, like Clint Eastwood when he was in the desert in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I would have to be like that. I think about the structure of the water. Not many people think about that. Not many people even care to learn about water structure. But from what I understand, tap water is badly structured. And if this water is a living thing, a living entity, you don't want water that's been beaten and battered and forced through metal pipes and crapped in and distilled. And not saying that the distillation process is bad. From what I hear, is the distilled water is water without anything in it. It doesn't have minerals. I've even heard that the minerals in the water calcify in your body. And distilled water removes that. The only thing I can say is if I drink water with a high mineral content, I get energy. And yes, you can get energy from, or quote unquote energy from energy drinks, but that's not real energy. That is something blocking you from feeling tired. But water, from what I hear, the most structured water is in fruit. And that makes sense. Nature is, forming water within the fruit. You know what I mean? That makes sense to me. When people bless their food, they're saying nice and kind words over the food, which may seem silly, right? But I've seen or heard, I don't know how true it is, but people speaking kind words over water and it changing the water for the better or for the worst. say horrible words over the food, over the water, the water absorbs the negativity. If you say positivity, the water absorbs the positivity. And there's water in food. So if you're praying over the food, you're saying kind words over the water that's in the food. And then you're taking that into your body. You know, you speak kindly over some water, and that kindness may potentially be absorbed into your body. But that's what I think about the tap water, because tap water goes through it, through being filtered, through the crashing at 90-degree angles when it goes through the pipes. You know what I mean? Water in nature, water in nature flows over rocks, and the water gets purified and things like that. You know what I mean? So deep. Water is deep. I feel like I've said that before. But that's just the water portion. That's just the liquid portion of what you put in your body. You know what I mean? Man, I think about Coca-Cola with the high fructose corn syrup. Last time I would buy Coke a lot, if I'm having issues with my battery. Like I'm going inside AutoZone, if I'm having corrosion on my battery, that's the only time I'm buying Coke. That's the only time I'm buying Coke, is to get the corrosion off my battery. And it does a great job. It does a great job of removing the corrosion. Yeah, man, but I'm not perfect. But I try my best. I think if you go back to my first video, the Today Can Be Day 1 video, I was probably talking about how I brought in the new year. And I would usually buy some bottles of champagne, like 2 or 3 bottles of champagne, and just drink that. You know what I mean? For that buzz. But what I did this year, like I bought ginger shots and turmeric shots, wellness shots, and I didn't get any wheatgrass, but things along those lines. I bought a lot of the most healthiest drinks that I could find. And it just gave me such a positive boost. It was just such a nice way to start the year, versus starting behind and trying to catch up, because, you're trying to recover from what you consumed. But yeah, man. I want to say this is part 1 of 2. Peace.